You set yourself on fire, I never let you burn. I would smoke you till my lungs hurt and lie you till I'm dirt. Oh, I'm not sure where all this goes. What I do know is I'll never let you go. When my world is falling apart, you're always there first. When I felt like I could give up, you showed me my worth.
Hey guys, and welcome to this week's studio vlog. So I can't believe it is already November. This year has gone so quickly. It's kind of insane how fast it has gone. But we are getting up to Christmas and I have a lot of Christmas markets coming up. But one of the things I need to do to prepare for my market is to order a new rail. So the rail I've got at the moment, like, it's worked fine. I mean, it's collapsible, but it's not like the sturdiest thing ever. It's a little bit wobbly, but it's also kind of too small, and it doesn't show all my items off to its like full potential. So my denim jackets, you know, hang up, and my t-shirts hang up all in the same rail, and then I usually have my tote bags hanging from the ends of it, but it doesn't really work as you can't really see each tote bag design, and I think it kind of also blocks the denim jackets and the t-shirts a little bit. So I'm gonna try and get a rail that has a top and a bottom bit, and then hang the bags off the bottom bit just to kind of separate them so people can see things more easily. So I do need to go and try and find a rail that would work and has the two different rails, one on the top and the one at the bottom. I have seen them before, so I don't think it would be too difficult to find, but I do need to get them. I also wanted to work on some TikToks this week. I'm really been bad at making TikToks recently, and I need to get back into making them again, especially since they seem to be doing really well on Instagram Reels. So they would be, it's a TikTok / reel, I guess, really, because I use them for the same thing. But for some reason Instagram Reels works really well for my account. For some reason everyone seems to love what I'm putting on Instagram. When it's put on TikTok, it's not quite getting the same amount of attention and engagement. I'm not sure why, because I used to get loads of engagement from TikTok, but I think it's just because it's so hard to keep regularly posting on TikTok, where it's a lot easier on Instagram. So I need to start like making more stuff for TikTok. Also this week I want to do some work on my children's book. So I spoke about this last time. I want to get to actually doing the pages, finishing it, because I've only got 3 finished illustrations for it. So I want to get it all done, so I can try and figure out how I'm going to self-publish it. So I am going to be looking into Amazon self-publishing. I think it's called through Amazon Kindle. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I'm going to be doing it through that. So you'll be able to buy my book from Amazon, and then hopefully I should also be able to sell it on my own website too. We will see how that will work, so that's something I need to look into. So yeah, I think for now I'm gonna go and look and try and find a rail, and then get to maybe editing a TikTok or something like that. So I'm trying to decide whether I go for a rail like this one, which has the 2 separate kind of stands to it, or one like this, which has like 2 different rails in them. I think I might go for one like this just because it takes up less room, but I'm a bit concerned about how sturdy it will be, but hopefully it should be alright. My next market isn't for ages, and like this arrives pretty much next day, so I don't really have any problems with having to return things if I need to, but at least it gives me that kind of time to get things sorted and make sure like it's what I want and it will be able to hold my jacket. So I need to have a little bit of a think, decide which one I want to go for, and then kind of go from there, and maybe I'll order both and return one of them. I will have to see. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll have a think about it. it's already pretty late today, but I've actually been researching how I want to self-publish my book, Posy the Postie. As it's a children's book that I'm working on, I want to make sure I'm using services and different bits and pieces to properly self-publish it in the correct way before I actually start working on it and getting it finished. So I've been looking into lots of different things. KDP, which is Amazon self-publishing service, where you can sell your book through Amazon, and I've also been looking at another website called Ingram Sparks, and they look really promising as well. So I think I'm going to be self-publishing through both of them. So the problems I've been having is wondering whether or not I should bother with getting an ISBN. So if you don't know what an ISBN is, basically every single book that's published is given a code, and then it relates to that book. But every time you republish it as like a different edition or as like a hardcover, paperback copy, or even an ebook, you need a different ISBN. So I have also been looking into them. So Amazon do actually provide you with a free ISBN. However, the publisher will then be put down as Amazon. However, if you buy your own, it will be under your own name. So I think I am going to be buying my own. You can buy ISBNs pretty easily. You just go online and like Google it and you can come up with the suppliers for your country. So I've been looking into it, and you can get one ISBN for £89, or you can get 10 for £169. So really it's more affordable to get the 10 ISBNs, and I can use them at other points for sequels, or you know, if I want to publish it in hard copy or ebook or anything like that, I have options there. So I think what I'm going to have to do is buy the 10 ISBNs just because it's cheaper and it will save me money in the long run. It's possible that in some ways of wanting to self-publish it, I might also have to buy a barcode for my book. However, you can buy them at any point and they're for only £15 each, so I'm not too bothered about buying them at the moment, but it is something to think about that you might have to get if you are self-publishing too. So with Ingram Sparks, it's very similar to Amazon, where you can self-publish through it and you can use your own ISBN. In fact, you have to use your own ISBN for this. But basically they can then go and print your books for you, and they sell them for you, and they distribute them to, you know, bookshops, including Amazon. To be fair, Amazon is included in that, but they do send it to bookshops, so I can get my so you know, Waterstones, if they see my book on their website, they can then buy them for their own bookstores, see how they sell there and buy more if they want to, or they could return them if they don't sell. I think it works out really well because it means that I could possibly get my books on the shelves instead of just being available at Amazon. So that's kind of why I want to do both. And I think that would be a good way to kind of cover every single area as possible. The only thing is with Ingram Sparks, it is $50. So I think that's probably about £30 to sign up to their website, which isn't too bad, to be honest. And if you know, I don't make that money back through selling my book through their services, it's not the end of the world. £30 isn't like a huge amount, so I think I might possibly do that as well and get my book up on their site, because that could be a really good way of reaching a big audience, and then also having bookstores buying my book. One of the problems I've got with Amazon publishing is that they don't offer hardcover copies. So Ingram Sparks do that as well. You can get both paperback and hardcover copies. So it's kind of frustrating that you can't do it, but it's like, it's not the end of the world. But it's nice that, you know, if I wanted to get hardcover copies of my book, I can. And through both of these services, I can actually buy author copies, which basically will be discounted copies that I can buy, and then I can sell to you guys on my online shop. So, you know, I'll be able to sell to you guys through Amazon and through my Pollygone website, which I think is going to be really, really cool. So I've been kind of looking into it, trying to figure out what will work best for me. And I think, you know, selling on my website, selling through Amazon or, you know, KDP, and then with Ingram Sparks is just a really good way of getting as many people interested in my book as I can and getting it out to as many places as possible. So, you know, it could be in stores, it can be on my own online website, and then available on Amazon. So yeah, I've really been looking into it, and I'm actually really excited about getting my book finished and out there. I have also been looking at the copyright page inside the book to see if there was anything I need to do special for that, but basically I can just write whatever I want in there. There's like a certain set of guidelines you have to follow, but it's not anything too deep or too difficult, and it's super easy to find all those details online, and you can kind of write what you want, and it's not even necessary, it is just a good thing to have. I'm kind of feeling a bit more relaxed about getting this book published. I mean, I still haven't finished the book. I'm obviously nowhere near finishing it, but at least I've got more of a plan with how I'm going to go ahead with it. This is currently my front page of my book, and I drew this a long time ago now. It was a while ago, and I've been slowly working through the other pages as well, but you know, as I keep saying, I've only got like 3 or 4 complete pages, so I really need to sit down and get the other ones done. However, I think I want to experiment a little bit more with my style, so I think I'm gonna like redraw the cover page and colour it in slightly different, and then kind of decide which one I prefer, and then that will be the style I use before I go ahead and do the rest of the pages. So this is also another page that I want to change a bit. As you can see, I really like the layout of it. The text is going to go at the side here, but I just think that when in the middle there's going to be the, you know, the binding, and I think that will cut off quite a few of the characters. The cake in the middle, I think Posy is going to be affected quite a bit by that, so I want to change the layout of this page in some way. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about it, but I think it needs some tweaking, which is a shame because I think I really do like it, but it's not really going to look that good when it's in an actual physical book when designing. And I need to make sure that I do this with all my pages, you know, think about what's going in the middle of the page, so nothing like important's cut off, which is really odd because when you're drawing a picture, you know, you think you'd want all the main details and the main characters in the middle, but it doesn't really work like that in a children's book, because then, you know, the spine's going through the middle and it just cuts everything off. So that's something you really need to think about, and I hadn't really thought about that much until I looked at this picture again and was just thinking, oh yeah, that's not going to work like that. So I am going to have to redo it in some way, but it's not the end of the world. You know, it's only one page, it's not like it's the entire book. So with this book, I obviously want to show what I'm doing and how it's coming along for me, but I also don't want to spoil it too much, and I still want to create content for you guys. So I've also got to figure out how I'm gonna like go through this journey with you guys without like spoiling all of my illustrations and everything like that. So you might have to bear with me a little bit because the content in my videos might be a little bit sparse for a little bit just while I get this book done. So one thing I do want to mention before I go on to redrawing this cover, when I sent my book off to publishers to see if they would be interested in publishing it, I did actually get one response, but this was actually, it was from the company I had contacted, but then they said that they had another part of their company and I could then pay them to get it published, and it was a lot of money, like thousands and thousands, and I think it's actually really ridiculous. It was a bit of a scam. Definitely probably would try to avoid that route if you were doing it yourself, because it was just like, why would you pay to do it when you can do it for free, or you know, for just a couple of hundred. You know, this company couldn't really guarantee what they would do for me or anything like that, and it just felt a bit iffy that they were probably going to be sending this email to every single person that sent manuscripts or dummy books to. So just be warned when you get an email like this. Like, it definitely was too good to be true. When I saw it, I was really excited, but when I started reading, I was like, yeah, I really don't want to have to pay someone to publish the book for me. You know, they should be paying me, or I should be just, you know, paying to do it for myself, not for through another company. So just keep that in mind, because there are some kind of dodgy companies out there, and it's just worth being careful. So this is what the original cover looks like. I'm really happy with it and I do like it a lot, but I just thought, you know, I should play around with the style and experiment with other brushes. So I've been playing around with some other brushes, and as you can see, I've also kind of changed the colours to make it a bit brighter. But I don't know. I know it's not finished, but I'm just not feeling it as much. And then I went and turned up the colours on the original one, and this is what it looks like now. So I think this is what I'm going to go for. I'm just going to have use the same brushes as before, do it exactly the same as I've always been doing it, but just use slightly brighter colours because I think it just really makes it pop and stand out so much better. I think it just looks a lot nicer, and it's just a little bit more fun, and it's still got the nice detail and texture in there. So yesterday evening I started playing around with fonts that I'd like to put on the cover for Posy the Posty, and I have picked one that I made myself, my Pollygone bubble font. So this is what it looks like on the cover. So I was originally going to add the text in Photoshop, but I've just done it really quickly in Procreate to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. I'm really happy with how it looks, and I think it works really, really well with the cover. And at the bottom down here I will have my name, so I will have to redo this probably in Photoshop to make it like a little bit better, but I think it works well and it goes well with my style. So that's the font that I'm going to be using on the cover, and I'm still not sure what font I'm going to be using the side of it. I might use the same font again, but I'm just not entirely 100% sure because I just don't know if it'll be as clear to read with smaller writing, with smaller text. So I might have to play around with what I decide to go for, but you know, I don't have to make that decision now, and it's something I can do in the future. So right now I've got a whole bunch of orders to pack, so I'm going to get them done and then we can get on to starting a new page in my children's book.
I guess it's time to move on to the next best thing, to the next best thing. Channel all of what went wrong in the coming spring, in the coming spring. So pick up the things I'll give you one more thing to think about. Leave me empty with arms wide open, and I don't know why you wasted my love.
So right now I'm just starting on the end pages of my children's book. I kind of want to work in order, so instead of starting with the actual pages, I'm just getting like all the pages done. So I started with the cover and now I'm doing the end pages, and then I'll do the copyright pages, and then I'll get on to doing the actual book. So it's going to take me a while to get started with the actual illustrations, but you know, I've done the sketches already and I have a pretty good idea of what I've got to do. I've just got to slowly chip away at it over the next few weeks and get as much of it done as I can. So I'm going to go and just, yeah, continue drawing this end page. So I kind of wanted it to just have lots of little envelopes. I would have done a repeating pattern, but I kind of like the idea of having all the envelopes kind of scattered all over the page. I didn't want them to look too patterny, so that's why I've not really like put them in a certain order or way or anything. I really like how it just kind of looks like they're falling or something like that. But this same page will be on the back and the front end pages, so it'll be exactly the same. It's not anything too complicated, but I feel like end pages don't need to be. I think a lot of books just leave them like a solid colour or something like that, but I just want to do something a little bit more exciting, and I think this is a good solution, and it's not kind of spoil the story, and it just fits with the overall theme of the book.
I never let you burn. I would smoke you till my lungs hurt and love you till I'm dirt. Oh, I'm not sure where all this goes. What I do know is I'll never let you go. When my world is falling apart, you're always there first. When I felt like I could give up, you showed me my worth. I'd follow
But I am going to end this video here. I know it's been really short and sweet, but you know, mostly this week I was busy packing your orders. Thank you so much if you did order something. And I've been researching how to self-publish my book. At least I did get to start on my book, which I'm really excited about, and hopefully I'm going to share more of that to you guys as I go along with that. Next week I'll probably do a little bit of my book, but I will mostly be getting ready for my next market. So I have a bunch of stuff that I need to print, stickers to make, lots of exciting little bits and pieces. I need to figure out a new way to display prices. I also have my new rail coming next week, which will be exciting because hopefully that will be good enough for me to take with me to my next market. But I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up, as that really does help me out and it pushes me in the algorithm. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified for when I next upload, which at the moment is every single Monday. Make sure you are following me on all my social media accounts, which are linked down below in the description, so you can stay up to date with what else I'm doing, and get exclusive content that you can only find on my Instagram or my TikTok. Also, if you've published a children's book, please let me know how you did it in the comments below. It would really help me out, and I kind of want to have an idea of how other people have done it. So if you've ever self-published a book, please do let me know, because it would be great to see how other people have gone about it, because it's kind of a complicated and confusing thing and there's so many options out there. So I think I found the route I want to take, the best one for me anyway, but maybe there'll be something else that maybe you guys will be able to suggest. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!